At 02:13 a.m., a low, steady tone filled a suburban bedroom and would not stop. It vibrated the lampshade, set the car alarms ringing down the street, and woke one occupant, who described it simply as a diesel engine inside my head. No machine in the house registered the sound. No utility company report matched that frequency. The house was ordinary. The year was early 1990s in one town, early 2000s in another. Retirees, families, shop workers, people whose routines were unchanged until the sound arrived. For many, the first nights passed as annoyance. For some, sleep loss and headaches followed. For a few, the sound became a constant presence in their lives. Reports accumulated in different places. In a New Mexico valley, a handful of residents lodged complaints with health officials. In an English port city, similar descriptions appeared on council logs. In an industrial border town, citizens recorded a persistent low rumble, and technicians from utilities measured nothing consistent with transmission losses. The hum was described the same way across thousands of miles. Low, persistent, sometimes pulsing, sometimes steady. Pets reacted. Windows faintly vibrated. Measurements were uneven. Microphones in one household registered a narrowband tone at around 40 hertz. A neighboring home's recorder was silent. In other cases, commercial sound meters showed spikes only when placed in certain rooms. Some recordings captured harmonics. Some showed nothing at all. Investigations followed routine steps. Utilities checked pipes, transformers, and traffic patterns. Acoustic engineers performed spectrum analyses and infrasound sweeps. Medical teams documented tinnitus, stress, sleep disruption. Geophysicists looked at microseisms. Military and industrial records were reviewed. Each hypothesis explained parts of the picture. A factory could produce a low-frequency emission that traveled along a duct system. Localized tinnitus can mimic external sound. Distant shipping can generate infrasound on certain atmospheric conditions. Yet each explanation left anomalies. The tone's occurrence at night in areas without heavy industry, the way it sometimes moved through individual houses but stopped at walls. Recordings made simultaneously by different devices showing dissimilar spectral content. Data conflicted. In several cases, acoustic triangulation failed. Instruments designed for low-frequency detection sometimes produced a signal only when human subjects reported it. In other instances, precise frequency peaks appeared on one spectrum analyzer and were absent on an adjacent unit with identical settings. Efforts to reproduce the hum in controlled conditions yielded transient results. Never a stable, repeatable source that accounted for the spatial and perceptual patterns. One piece of evidence persists. A continuous audio file recorded in the late 1990s by a physician in a small town contains a narrow, stable band of energy for nearly 40 minutes. It correlates with contemporaneous phone complaints from the same neighborhood. The file has been analyzed by multiple labs. They agree on its spectral features and disagree on its origin. The recording remains under study. The hum's reports continue in scattered places around the globe. The final question stands open.